Shalom, shalom. Can you hear me now? Yes, I think it's good. Sorry, my mic was off. Not like I said. Shalom, shalom to all of you. Chodesh Tov ou Mevorar. We continue with our weekly study in English. Shalom, shalom to Chief Rabbi El Natan El Hanan. Shalom, shalom to Rabbi Israel Pondol. Welcome. Chodesh Tov. B'ezrat Hashem, and shalom to everyone on Facebook and YouTube. So we will continue with our weekly study about Torah, Parasha, and also the calendar, the period where we are. We have a lot of information when it comes about the 3 weeks. I will open the topic with you in a few minutes, but before I start, I just want to remind you that we have made the edition of our Sidur Sambation African homemade. They have been printed in Nigeria. The Chief Rabbi Kish is handling. So if you want to do a Torah, if you want to practice mitzvot according to the Nusar Afriki, meaning according to the wisdom and the knowledge of Torah Aleph, meaning that Torah which was given on the 17th of Tammuz with the first tablet. If you want to have a personal connection with your ancestor through your Torah, you have to order your Sidur Sambation. So be in contact with Chief Rabbi Kish, our representative in Nigeria. Shalom, shalom, Rabbi Rishon. Shalom, shalom. Be in contact with Chief Rabbi Kish, our representative in Nigeria. We have did it a lot, so feel free to order for you, for your family, to have any gift, and also you can order from anywhere in Africa. You can be in Nigeria, in Cameroon, South Africa, in Namibia. Be in contact with him, so I will give to you the way to contact him further in the limud. So, Bezat Hashem, like usual now, before we start the limud, we have to introduce the topic. The purpose of our studies is not only to understand the deep concept of Torah, but also to see how they can be tools, issues, or solution for the main problem that the world is facing. So this is the work of our think tank, Aleph. And this is also now a habit, so we will introduce it through the editora. See you soon. Wisdom versus philosophy. The serious consequences of this battle lost by the Bantu Israelite. Globalization naturally creates mimicry between peoples. In a past world, from another time, at a time when the Israelite kingdom of Central Africa dominated the world, by having access to a world economy, by positively exporting their knowledge, the notions of peace and revenge were different. The fiercest battle the world has never known put an end to this golden area. Let's see, analyze, and understand the topic. So, Bezrat Hashem, for the people who follow the Nusar Afriki, we have been teaching for many years now. We have been explaining and giving many roots of it from different books. like Sefer HaKaneh, Torah HaKaneh of Rabbi Nechonia ben HaKaneh, the Zohar itself, the Ben Ishrai, the Kitvei Ari, and also some traditions from the Bantu Israelite that we receive because we are Bantus and we have our families and our our siblings being the extension of what we receive from our ancestors. You know that the time of between Pesach and Shavuot is very important. That time that we call generally the time of the Sfirat Omer comes with a lot of secrets. Many of that secrets we have been explaining them in different studies. You just have to go on our YouTube channel and to type Sefirat Omer, Tikkun of the Seven Kings. You will see many things. What we have noticed is that Arya Kadosh in his book Shar Kavanot, when he's talking about this time between Pesach and Shavuot, he does define, 50 days from Pesach to Shavuot, but he's adding that timeline of 50 days, they have to be understood from two levels. A level of greatness, meaning where you basically connect with your wisdom. You make up your mind and think like someone who has no fear, who move forward and who can face any type of solution, or any type of problem, and always find solution. And he had, so you have to know also that 15 days connected to the concept of Nun Sharibina, they are also in the level of Katnut, meaning rigorous dimension. So we have, according to Doari, two time between two time that have to be expressed. Some people they may think that it could be two different period of the same day, because in a day we have a night time and a daytime. So in a period of 50 days, we will have 50 period of daytime and we'll have 50 period of night time. So, shalom, shalom, Baltazar, shalom, shalom, Rabbi Catherine, shalom, shalom. And we, according to the Nusafiki, and all the wisdom that Rabbi Nechunya ben Akani gave in his book called Sefer HaBahir, we understood that no, not only we have to be very strict regarding the 50 days, but there is another cycle of 50 days that should be counted from the moment of Pesach Sheni. That will bring you to the 3rd of Tammuz, completing basically a cycle of 100 days. That's why we call it in our concept the idea of Shavuot Sheni. Not only that, we said also, according to our wisdom, a tradition that we receive from our masters, that from that moment between the 15th, the 4th, or the 3rd of Tammuz till the 17th of Tammuz, you will have a timeline of, let's say, 40 days or 30, depending how you will be counting. So let's say you will have a time of 30 days. And we say that it's very good at that moment to study Mishnah, to go back to what was the authentic Torah Aleph, the authentic oral Torah. And we try to finish all the orders of the Mishnah in that timeline between the 3rd or the 4th of Tammuz, I will say where I'm depending, and 17th of Tammuz. Why are we doing that? And especially we in the South African, because we have a nostalgia of a time when nobility and greatness was the ID card of the Israelites, of the Bnei Yaakov, of the Bnei Israel. And that position brought us to be a model all over the world, bringing a new way to interact with people, a new way to help peoples, nations, kingdoms to achieve the best of their abilities, the best of their roots. But, like I said in the title, one battle will be lost. That battle against philosophia. When in my definition, in my introduction, in the editorial, I'm talking about wisdom, you have to understand that wisdom is rooted in the specific text that have to be written, have to be read and studied in these two periods, from Pesach to Shavuot and from Pesach Sheni to the 3rd of Tammuz. This is, first of all, the Pirkei Avot, and the second of all, for the second period, the Pirkei Shira, like said the Ben Ishrai in his commentary of the Gemara called Benayahu Ben Yehuda. So now let's see the secret of that battle. Let's see the meaning, the reason, the consequences, the heavy consequences of that loss that we, Bantu Israelites, have basically, we don't brought it in purpose, but it was created from our defeat since we saw the invasions of the Europeans and their mindset come. For that, we're going to study one text of the Ben Ishrai in Parashat Omer. Why I'm going there? Because we are in the 3 weeks. And in the 3 weeks, exactly between the 17th of Tammuz till the 9th of Tammuz, it's the hardest time for the Bnei Israel. But we understood within South Africa that we can change that mindset if we do properly what should be done before. But for some people, they even push till the 9th of Tammuz to finish all the Seder Mishnah. And let's see now what's happened. I don't want to make you feel that we are turning around. Let's go straight to the topic. Ben Ishrai, second year, Parashat Omer, introduction. And we will be building it together slowly. 1 second. Let me know when you'll be seeing my screen. Okay. Do you see my screen? It's okay?
Yes, Teacher Rabbi Pinchas. It's just that a little bit small.
Okay, 1 second. Is it better now? Is it better now?
Yes, Teacher Rabbi Pinchas.
Okay, let me increase it a bit more. Okay, we'll go slow because this text of Ben Ishai, it's hard to find them on the internet, so I had to copy paste it by myself. So let's see what the Ben Ishai is saying in Alachot Shana Shniya, the Alachot, the laws of the second year, Parashat Emor. What is the purpose of this Alachot? Is to know how something impure come from something impure, or if is it possible to see something pure coming out from something impure. That's why we call alachot ayotze minatame. So what is the position of the Torah when something is in its root impure? And we will see that in this alachot will be discussed the signs about the poultry and the fish. Pticha, introduction. It's Rabbi Matia ben Harash Omer. So he starts with one Pirkei Avot, one Mishnah. He said, Hevi Magdim Beshalom Bekol Adam. Be the first who will say Shalom, who will give Shalom, who will build Shalom with every single man. Magdim meaning don't wait for the other to say to you Shalom, or don't wait for the other to wait that the others start first the words of Shalom. You have to be the one starting. So you see that topic of peace. Shalom, shalom, Rabbanit Lareta Jeffers. That topic of peace, that topic of worldwide mindset is connected to the way we live. It's also connected to the way we live the halachot of how do I deal with something which comes from impurity. So I said, Rabbi Matitia, in Pirkei Avot, one text that we have to read in that big period between Pesach till Tisha B'Av, he said, look, be the first to ask for peace. Be the first to build peace. Be the first to seek peace with every single man. After said, Ve'eviu zanav le'ariot ve'al tei rosh lashwalim. And he said, be careful to stay always the tail of the lions, but never try to be the head of the foxes. This is the Mishnah. And the Ben Ishai will explain to you how that ethics and morality taught by Rabbi Matia ben Harash is all about what we consider as like the halachot regarding something which comes from impurity. And I will add, this is all about the defeat, the loss that we have in that battle. People came on our lands. They had a mindset of conquest, to take over people's lands, to enslave them, to remove their culture, to remove their roots. They came with a vision that is now dominant. How do I know that it is now dominant? Very simple. Look around you and tell me, in the time of conflict, in a time of dispute, which country make the effort to be the first one to ask for peace? Which country make the effort to be the first one to build the tools of peace? Which country lives like that? Which institution in this world live like that? No one. So look, let now study God deeper. He said like this. Nirali Besiata Dishma, it seems to me, according to Hashem's help, what is the intention of Rabbi Matia ben Harash? אפילו אדם האידיוט שביזה אותך וחטא לך. Ben Ish Chai say, look, in that case, Rabbi Mattia Ben Harash is not only talking about someone you made something wrong against him. He said, no, 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 no. Even someone stupid, someone simple, someone who is not according to your standard at your level. If this man basically disconsider you, if this man treat you like an animal, if this man spoke bad to you, if this man sinned, against you, ata tagdim laasot shalom imo. You have to ask for peace before. You have to be the one who will ask first for peace. What is that word? What is that word we see since the 7th of October? It's the opposite. What people tell you, you are all of you supportive of the country of Israel, like I know. What are you hearing? What are you seeing from the leaders? Because you did the 7th of October, because you are terrorists, we have no pity for you. It's the way the world works. It's the way the world works. Look what's happened between Russia and Ukraine. Because you did that in the area of Donbass, we will attack you first. This is Russian talking to Ukrainian. Look what's happened. Also, even the way people do their election. Look in United States. 2 candidates who want to be president. Yes, you have the right. But why do you have to insult each other? Why do you have to bring the dirty example? Why do you have to focus on one's bad aspect or one's physical aspect just to bring him down and to disrespect him? So what Ben Ish Chai is explaining here has nothing to do with the world where we are now. If you act like this, people will say you are not a normal man and nothing will happen for you good in this life. That's why you will see Torah Aleph is not the basis of what you see in your daily life. Because look what the Ben Ish Chai said. The man sinned against you. He insulted you. He made the worst things against you. You have to be the one who's going to bring the tools of peace on the table. You see? Let's take more information. He said, אתה תקדים לעשות שלום עמו, ואף על פי שהוא לא בא לבקש. He said, not only that, even if this one is not ready at all to ask for peace. Yeah. He said, look, you are here. Someone came, sinned against you, damaged your life, damaged your peace. You have to be the one who's going to first ask for peace, first build the tools of peace. And even if this man is not ready for peace, you have to do it. How come we are so far from that reality? Did we face a time when and where the Bantu Israelite or the Israelite or the Bnei Yaakov or the Bnei Israel were acting like that? Tzadikim, Tzadikot, yes. Was the time, at least what we know, what I know from my corner, from my personal history, that was the time of the Bantu Israelite kingdom in Central Africa. Yes. Have you heard any Bantu Israelite kingdom taking revenge from the slave trade that will be made, from the colonization, from the expropriation, from the war, from the killings that will be made? Go now in Africa, especially in the area where Bantu kingdoms But to Israel kingdoms where to be. Do you see people writing on the door? No. If you find a white man, someone from Portugal, from Netherlands, from Germany, from France, from England, just burn them. So how come? How come all this was disappeared like we have never seen it? It's because we lost that battle. What is that battle? We're gonna see. But what did we lost? Torah Aleph. What is the Nusa Afriki? What is the Torah of the first tablet? What is the Torah of the first Luchot? This is that. If you don't have this information, if you don't see this information, if you don't hear that information from people who are leaders, just know something very simple. They are not dealing with Torah Aleph. That's it. Because we, the Chief Rabbinate of Africa, we know how to build that tools. That's why in many areas regarding laws and halacha, we do more than what is expected. Let's go back in the text. Say like this. אף על פי שהוא לא בא לבקש ממך מחילה, even if he didn't came to you to say I'm sorry, no excuses, he's not even telling you any excuses. You have to go first and to build tools of peace with him. וכמו שעשה רב עם אותו טבח, שאותו טבח כנזכר בסוף הגמרא דיומא, c'est exactly like did the tzaddik Rav with the slaughter at the end of the Gemara Yoma. And he said, Velaze Amar. That's why it's written. Who said that? Rabbi Matia ben Charash. He said, Velaze Amar, Ata tagdim b'shalom kol ha'adam. You have to be the one, the first one, who will come for peace with every single man. What is every single? Why do you use the word every? Call Adam, every single man, every. Call Daika, he said exactly, every single man. Meaning, don't try to find yourself excuses because you will judge that man to be not at the level of your standard, because you will judge that man to be worse than animals, because you will judge that man to be stupid. No matter. There is no conditions when peace have to be built. What is that? This is the tools of Torah Aleph. We continue. He said, אף על פי שהוא idiot, even if he's someone who is a simple man. אך כפי הטבע, now the Ben Ishchai is going deeper. He said, look, כפי הטבע, according to nature, normal life, קשה עליך הדבר הזה לעשותו. Say, what I've explained to you now, it's almost impossible for you to do it because it's not natural. What does it mean? It's not by genetic that you can bring your soul and your body to be able to do that. That's why to be Israel, it's all about spirituality. It's all about the souls. The Ben Ishchai is telling you, it's not natural. What is natural? Your DNA, your Cohen DNA, you all these things that people want you to think that Torah and Judaism it's all about physicality and science. So if it's the case, Ben Ishchai is slapping us. He said, "No, look, what I'm telling you, it's human. It's in terms of human being, it's impossible to do. So what does it mean? How can you be Israel when something which is basic for you cannot be done in the aspect of natural deeds? When you define the dimension of Bnei Israel only from the corner of natural. Do you understand my question? Are you following? Am I alone or is it okay?
Chief Rabbi Pinchas, I did not get the question.
I say, are you following? Is it okay? All the steps we are going through?
I- yes, I do follow. It's okay with me.
תודה רבה. תודה רבה. So let's go deeper. It's like this. He said, ואתה תקדים בשלום כל אדם, כל דייקה. אף על פי שהוא אידיוט. כפי הטבע, קשה עליך הדבר הזה. He said, look, naturally, these things, it's impossible for you to do. So from that expression of the Ben Ishai, what do we understand? We understand that to achieve the level of Ben Israel, this has nothing to do with genetic. Because my genetic don't give to me the capacity of doing and building that behavior that we are just seeing. אלא אם כן יהיה בך מידה הענווה והשפלות בתכלית. So he said, the only way to achieve that position, the only way to achieve that mindset, the only way to be able to live your life according to what Rabbi Matthias ben Chara is telling you, it's by fixing your ethics and morality and by being very, very humble and, very low profile in your nature. So how can you change your nature? By bringing a high level of spirituality. He said, this is the way, the only way to achieve that level. So when you open your TV, when you open the newspaper, when you go to discuss and to talk with people, just understand something, that we have a major problem here. We are in a worldwide mondialization, globalization, where nobody consider that being the first to ask to build and to desire peace, even if it's not the desire of your enemy, is a sign of wisdom, a high level of ethics and morality. We are in a generation that people is the opposite. They want to show their strength. They want to be in that mindset of the dominant. So you have to know that every time you are in a society, every time you are under the power of a man or of a group who is not able to teach you what we are reading for 10 minutes now, my advice, just run away. This place or that people, they are not the incarnation of the Ruchaniyut, of the spirituality of Bnei Israel. It's not me saying, Bnei Israel is telling to you. So how come? So look, said, you have message, Shalom, Shalom, Rabbi Zubwike, Shalom, Shalom, I think I repeat, okay. I think you understood. So it's like this. ולכן אני מייעצך שתהיה זנב להעיות. So that's why I give you an advice. Be the tail of the lions. ואל תהיה ראש השועלים. And don't be the head of the foxes. What does it mean to be the tail of lion and then to be the head of foxes? C'est כלומר, this expression is here to tell you. תמיד תסתכל באותם הגדולים. You see? He said, always look up and look to that great generations. Never bring yourself to be inspired by example who are not the greater, who are not the greatest. You have to compare yourself to judge your behavior, your thoughts, your action, your speech according to the frame of the behavior of the great of all time. This is a mindset that have been lost. What people tell you today? They say, no, 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 no. Who do you think? You think you are Moshe Rabbeinu to compare yourself to him? Who do you think? You think you are Rabbi Akiva to compare yourself to him? Who do you think? You think you are Hakadosh to compare yourself to him? Yes. Instead of letting your kids put in their bedroom the picture of a soccer player, the picture of singers, the picture, I don't know of anything else, or to read books of Karl Marx, or to read books of that great scientist. Let them have for model the greatest of all time. Who are them? The Tanaim. The one who spoke all the time in the Pirkei Avot. They have to be for you models, not to only try to imitate. You have to be like them and even to go higher than them. This is the logicality. This is the way life goes. I don't know any father who wants his kids to be worse than him. So why this generation of crazy people? They create a whole concept of the generation going down, and that the level is not like in past, and they have not even that jealousy to see their kids to be better than them. And they are saying, no, 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 Yeridat Adorot, generation went down, it's finished. All this, it's because the last representative of that high level of nobility have been genocide, like it's written in the Zohar, like the Ibn Ezra is saying about the Haftarah of Parashat Shoftim. He say, we are not talking about the Bnei Israel went out with Moshe. We're talking about the lost tribes. The way the word, they make a deal to make their life bitter, to kill them, to take their land, to take their wealth, to take their money. And he say, who is among all these people? Say everybody. Edom, Ashur, and all the world. They put their hands on these kingdoms. We were the last one to have settled in a daily life that mindset from the top of the kingdom till the last place of the society, not of the value from the value, but from the situation of the society. That's why you will see exploiters who arrive to the Congo River. They say, look, this country is very strange. People have a high level of nobility, so high that you cannot buy gold here with money. Their money, they are seashell. You want to buy gold, you better have seashell. Who can understand that logicality now? This is the example of what to be and to live through Torah Aleph means. Let's go back. He said like this: you have to do your best to look up, to try to imitate the great ones. Try to be like them. Look at them. Say why? Because when you look at the greater, when you look at greater than you will see the missings inside of your soul. You will see the missings inside of yourself. And like this, you can start to work. You will say, okay, I want to be Rabbi Akiva. No, the truth is I'm missing that and that and that and that and that. This is from the corner of truth about where you are standing that you can go up. But if you lie to yourself. You say, I'm Jew. I'm greater than everybody. Greater about what? About ethics, about morality, about nobility, about intelligence, about humbleness, about what? To be calling yourself from a corner of identity doesn't make you greater than everybody. The only thing that makes you greater is to show nobility in your behavior. So why are we now in a generation that people, Jewish people, Israeli people, we think that we have no one who has the right to contradict us. No one has the right to say that we didn't suffer. No one has the right to be against us in the way we want to do things. This is the proof that Torah Aleph is not the motor of our daily life. Let's go deeper. It's like this. You see, when you will see that missings inside of your soul, ובזה תוכל לסייד בליבך מידת השפלות. He said simple. From the moment you know what you are missing, you will not think that you are something great. So this is the way you start to be humble and to have a low profile. No matter what is in front of you, you have the consciousness of what is missing inside of you. This is the beginning of everything. And after he said, Ve'lo tiye rosh lashwalim, and don't be the head of the foxes. What does it mean? He said, Daenu, lo tistakel be'ediotot chaserim bekol mikol vekol. He said, don't look at the simple men who have basically nothing. They are missing, everything else is missing, but you look up to them. They have no nobility, no quality, no resiliency, no open-minded, no greatness, no kingship. You have nothing, and you put them like references. Like I say always to everybody, to the rabbis, to the student, you have to be very hard with the leaders. Not because of the corner of disrespect. No. From the corner of you want to lead, we want the best of us to lead. What is to be the best of us? We have to see abilities, mindset, nobility inside of you that we cannot achieve. That's why we put you on us. But what's happened since we have lost that battle, we will see that in a few minutes, the one who leads are the one who have money. Don't be shocked because you are feeding that system. What's happened to you when you see someone very clever, wise, coming to you to say, let's do politics, let's try to change the life? What is your first question? Do you ask to him or to her to tell you about the ideas? Do you ask to him or to her to explain to you from where you get all these new mindsets? No. The first question you ask is, do you have money? Some people, they ask from the corner of being interested to have money. And other people, I think it's the worst. They ask because they have no faith. For them, you cannot do a single thing in politics without that. I think this is worst. This is the truth. Why is it like that? Because you start to look up to people who have nothing to offer, no solution to build you up, and you put them as model, as leaders. He said, this is the case today for the Jewish people. That's it. שנתחשבים שועלים בערר החיות. So why we call them foxes? He said because we compare them to the real sages, the Tanaim of the Mishnah, who are the lions. So compared to them, they're just foxes. C'est Ya'an מפני שעל ידי כך אז ודאי תמצא עצמך מלאו גידוש, וער תהיה אצלך בידה השפלות. Say why? Because when you put that type of people on the top of your head, what's happened? You think that you are everything. You think that you have all the rights. You think that people have to serve you. You think people have to give recompense. We have to be thankful to you. Why? Because when you do one mitzvah, you save them. And so they have to be humbled when you say something. No. Why that behavior is like that? It's because you put up the top of your head, you put at the position of leadership people who have nothing to do with the respect due to the Tanaim. You say to them, do halacha according to the Mishnah. No. We do according to the Shulchan Aruch. The Shulchan Aruch is even not the shadow of the one who wrote the Mishnah, the greater one. That's why we, Musar Afriki, our reference book of halacha is the Mishnah. That's it. We do a psak according to the Mishnah because we have all the Torah of our sages telling us how to understand Mishnah from the corner of halacha. Rabbi Nechunya, all the Sefer Akane, Ari Kadosh, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. Even if you have the audacity to say we don't conclude the halacha, we don't do psak halacha according to the Sod, it's because you don't want to be like the greater. This is the reality. So today, what does it mean to be a Jew? For me, if this is not standing, it doesn't mean anything. You're just bringing out a name out of your mouth. But your inner dimension, what you are expressing, what you are showing, it's nothing. So look, he said, let's go deeper. He said, we have another way. Not another way. We go deeper to what we started to say. Yuvan B'Siyata Dishmaya. It's known. Bezrat Hashem. Chachamei Israel. The sages of Israel. So we are not talking about the one who put the Torah Aleph far away from them. We are talking about the real sages, the Tanaim, and their students who kept that tradition and never changed their mind. How do you see that? How do you see them? They are always the first to build the tools of peace. That's it. He said, Chachamei Israel nikra'u arayot. He said, the real sage of Israel, the spiritual Israel, they are calling the lions. But Chachamei הפילוסופיה. He said the sages of philosophia. Socrates, Platon, Aristotle, all the things that you know, they are called, the foxes. What do you think? From where do you think that the mindset of slave trade came from? What do you think? From where do you think that the mindset of colonization came from? So 1 second, just one pause, fix one thing. Stay tuned 1 second. Sorry, can you hear me? It's okay?
Yes, Chief Rabbi Pinchas.
תודה רבה. So let's go back. He said, basically, when you have to understand what is the roots of the society where we are now, what is the mindset behind every single institutions that gave life to states, to kingdom, to schools, to university, to medicine, to a way to build science. What is the philosophy? What is the, let's say, what is the wisdom behind? That wisdom is not the Mishnah. It's not the Pirkei Avot. That wisdom is the knowledge of the philosophia. They made it through books. They made it through secret society, like Freemasons. They have structured the society where you are at now. So when you have Jews from Eastern Europe, they say we're going to build a country. And that country, you ask them, what is the mindset? What is the wisdom behind? And basically, they will tell to you, philosophia. Why? Because it was never a mindset of a religious state based on Torah Aleph, even not on Torah Bet. So this is what you have in your daily life. The way your health system work, the way the economy work, the way they put taxes on everything you buy, the way they took money from your salary, not asking you to pay your maaser, but taking money from your salary, the way they make you paid your citizenship, the way they structured the borders, the way they make you travel, all these things that you see in your daily life. This is from the conclusion of the sages of philosophia. That's it. Yes, Rabbi Catherine, France, not only France can be a good example. All the countries of this world, they work in the same system. The way even they build the mindset of debt. Every single country now, they are debt. The way they build the economic system about finance with virtual money. All these things, what you have today, where you are living today, is the result of that battle we lost. It's the result of that battle that we lost. If you ask yourself, what does it mean that we lost that battle? How do we understand that mindset of battle being lost? It's very simple. Let me show to you. Sometimes images talk more than text and languages. Look, for example. One second. Okay. That image is exactly here to tell you about what I'm explaining. I'm not making taking position from the color of skin. It's not my way to act. I'm talking about the origin of the mindset. Wisdom versus philosophy. The Ben Ishai is even nice. He's calling them the sages of philosophy. They say, yes, they have their wisdom. But this is what happened to our continent. the view, the vision of a word that will be connected, working from the corner of the greatest of all time, was happening when we have we had that freedom, real freedom. But since we lost that battle, since they put us in slave, since that mindset of being stronger than the other people in order to have the biggest economy and to dominate them, since that has been settled, we lost. It's just a battle, it's not the war, but we lost. We lost. And Ben Israel is telling you, this is the battle, the real battle. What is that real battle? On one corner, the sages of Israel. On the other battle, other side, the sages of philosophia. The truth is, where we are now, they have been in a position of winners for many centuries. We are lost. We barely know about our own history. We lost. Memory has been lost. So Ben Israel is telling you, don't give any trust to philosophia. Why is so hard with them? Because you know exactly what comes with. You know exactly what is the mindset of these people. You know exactly what will be created from that mindset. So now look, he said, he said, he said, אבל חכמי הפילוסופיה נקראו שועלים. Say the sages of philosophy, they are called the foxes. שעליהם נאמר, what is said about them? It's in Shir Hashirim, chapter 2, verse 15. He said, what he said about them? שועלים קטנים, מחבלים כרמים. He said, the small foxes, they destroy the vineyard. Oh, what does it mean? The small foxes, they destroy the vineyard. What is the word mechablim? It's even not destroy. It's the root of the word terrorist. When someone make terror in the street, we call this man mechabel. He's a terrorist, mechabel. So I say, look, the real foxes, the sages of philosophy, they are the authentic terrorists. Or do you know? Simple, take your dictionary. Try to see when was the first time the word terrorist was used in man's history. At the beginning, Rabbanim, Tzadikim, Tzadikot, it was never about this, to explain or to say or to talk about one man who is against a system. No. The first time the term of terrorist was used, it was about describing the behavior of a state against his own citizens. Let me see one question. What Israelite kingdom of Central Africa are you talking about? Mr. Jacob Israel, you know, history is not only written from the book you have seen from your childhood. If you come to Africa and you try to connect with the story seen by the one who have been defeated, you will see that history is a complex field. There has never been a book or scroll or even carved stone found in Central Africa with Hebrew writings on it. Wrong. You go to the place in Switzerland called CNRS, which is a high level of research. Two searcher, Van Morsen, they found out Ktav Ivri in graves in Congo. So wrong. Furthermore, Central Africa was extremely inaccessible to Europeans who arrived by ship on the coastline of Africa. I think you have a problem of geography. Congo, which is the biggest country of Central Africa, do have a coast to Atlantic. Wrong also. There were jungle and no roads. Yes, for sure you were there at the same time. So you have probably more wisdom and more images and more memories than us as people. So how could anyone have come from Europe and stolen all their culture? I invite you to study what was the strategy of the empire, European empire, when they convert by forces the king of Congo to Catholicism. What was their mindset when Vatican used to publish at the same time map where the kingdom of Israel was identified being in the middle of Central Africa. Done. Good luck. So let's go back. Based on that, we have another way to understand things. He said, ושואלים קטנים, מחבלים כרמים, וכמו שכתבתי במקום אחר. So he said, basically, be careful with that mindset of philosophy. It's very violent. This is terrorism. Exactly like that type of message we receive. You see how violent it is. Someone who don't know you come tell you who you are and try to define your identity. So, good luck. If you want to know where come that mindset of terrorism, what Ben Ishra is talking about Shualim, this is the best example. The commentary of this man called Jacob Israel. I don't know. When you put the mask and the picture is showing that you are brave. So it's a terrorism. You come. I was born and raised in Africa. I'm well aware. Okay, where were you born and where were you raised? If you are born in in South Africa, living among Europeans and thinking that you Africans, you are the landlord of Africa, I think we have no history, rules, or lesson to receive from you. So basically, it's like this. He said, when you see that Shualim, know that terrorism is in their blood. They have no pity, no respect, because they want one thing. He is to impose their mindset. To impose their mindset. And that mindset, like say the student of Gaon de Vilna, the chief rabbi of Tzfat, in 1830, he said, we are writing to the kings of Israel sitting beyond the river of Sambation, beyond the river of Cush. Rashi told you Cush is nothing to do with Egypt, nothing to do with Sudan, nothing to do with Ethiopia, what they think now, actual Ethiopia. It's Central Africa, where we have the Gihon. So basically, you see that terror come with that position. The strategy of war, the strategy of extermination, the strategy of conquest, the strategy of coming and making yours what is not yours. This comes from the philosophy. That's why there's nothing worse, nothing crazy than to see Jewish people pretending that philosophy is the whole field in Torah study. What are you saying? What is your culture? Where are you from? Where are you from? Because this is not Jews at all. This is not Ben Israel at all. This is a classic, Ben Ishai. He's telling you that Ben Ishai was born at the late 90s and he died in the 80s, in the 20s. So he knew. So if he knew, you have to know. I was lucky to be underneath of the student of the Ben Ishai. So we know things. We are strong. We are not telling things from the corner of emotions. You cannot fight us with small commentary like that. You are not at the level, Mr. Yaakov Israel. If you want to talk, come with references, with sources from Torah. It will be better. And he said like this. He said, חכמי ואדם ילמד תורה מן חכמי ישראל ויתחבר עמהם. Say, a man who wants to study Torah, want to learn the wisdom, want to study Torah Aleph, he say you have to learn from the sages of Israel. That's it. That's it. I have to say, so let's see what is the new commentary. You want to claim to be Israelite who came from north of the Euphrates River? No, I think you are wrong. We didn't claim that at all. It's maybe you. But then you want also to claim ownership to Central Africa. Yes, but we never claim from north. Who claim? You claim. Our father Jacob was wondering, I remain North African. Yeah, I think you need to study more. So if this is your sources, I think you need to spend more time to yeshiva to study. I have no answer because it's a loss of time. Let me focus on my student. So basically, it's like this. He said, ואף על פי האדם ילמד תורה מן חכמי ישראל ויתחבר עמהם. So he said, you have to be focused on studying Torah from the stage of Israel, meaning don't fall in that mindset of thinking that, no, there's something great in philosophy. I can have more Torah by studying what they can understand from our own history. ואף על פי שיהיה בסוג זנב אצלם ולא תתחבר עם בעלי הפילוסופיה. He said, look, it's better for you to study with the sage of Israel, even if you will be lost and you will be less than a tail in front of them. But it's better to study a Torah from a corner of someone who really knows. Study from that corner. Don't try to make your life easier because you will be with people telling you, yeah, you're right. No, you have to bring your soul, yourself, your mindset to go deep in study and to understand what are the meaning. Shalom, shalom, Shrav Zohar. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, shalom, Rabbi.
Shalom, shalom. And after he said, Velo titraber im baalei philosophia. Don't go with the master of philosophia. Don't use their tools. Don't integrate their tools to what you study in your Torah. Because at the end of the day, you will think that Torah, like this man called, who just put the commentary, you will think that Torah, it's about genetic. You will think that, yeah, Torah is talking about Europe, talking about whiteness, talking about, no, study. You have to understand what is the secret of Remazim. Study. You have to understand what is said about the four rivers coming out from the Gan Eden. Study. You have to understand what the Gemara is talking about, the travel of Alexander the Great in Africa. Study your Gemara to see what Marzutra was talking about, the 10 lost tribes were in Africa. So study, study, study. Study. Don't be fast to talk. Be fast to acquire knowledge. Torah is about genetics, exactly the same mindset as the Nazis had. When you put Torah to genetic, you basically are insulting the sages of Israel, because if Torah is about genetic, let me know if you will marry your son or your daughter to someone who is not keeping Shabbat. Let me know if you will count in the minyan someone who is not keeping Shabbat. Let me know if you will count someone who's gonna do Kaddish if he's not keeping Torah. Let me know why some Haredim are doing Esped when their kids will stop keeping Torah and mitzvot. So please, don't lose your time here. Go and be in the world where you will be safe. Here you will not be safe because you are not talking with small people. You see, the title you see under my name is not a joke. When you see Chief Rabbi, don't think that it was a title given by pleasure. We went in the places to study with people in Jerusalem that you even barely know their existence. So learn more, study more, and after you will understand better. Have a nice day. And after he said like this, he said, stay, don't connect with the philosophy at all. ולא תתחבר עם בעלי הפילוסופיה, אף על פי שהוא לא ילמד ולא ישמע מהם. So he said, don't connect to them, even if they will not teach you. If there's a key, say, no, let's just be friends, let's exchange and have some discussion about life, about science, about faith, about genetic, about these things. Don't listen to them. Why? He said, they will bring to your head bad concepts. You will finish to think that, yeah, Judaism is genetic. Okay, if Judaism is genetic, what do you do with the lambas who have the DNA of the Kohanim? Ah, by the way, they have the DNA of the Kohanim, but nobody gives to them the zchut. Ah, why? Because your genetic things is a racist things. That's it. If you really give place to genetic, okay, let's go. Let the men who are not keeping Shabbat to do Kaddish, to be the Shah Tzibur, to be counting the minyan, and go to see the Lemba and give to them the zchut to do Birkat Kohanim. That's it. Genetic. And after, let's go back. He said, even don't listen to them. If you start to listen to them, that's it. You are killing yourself. He said, אלא רק דברים שאינם נוהגים לאמונה וליסודי התורה, יען כי כלל גדול יש בידינו. כל היוצא מן הטמא, טמא. You see, even like this, he said, when even we will start to talk about faith, and you say, no, I'm talking with them, but we are not talking about faith. We are not talking about the secret of Torah. We are just talking about life. He said, don't do that. Why? We have klal gadol. We have a general rules that come from brachot. Kol ayotze min hatame tame. Everything which came from impurity is impure. That's it. Just look at the origin of things. That's why we spend time to see that. What are you saying? Why you spend time here? You have no place. You don't want to talk with us. You want to make us to ask questions. If you want to study, look at the video. Lemba do not have all the 12 genetic markers of the Kohanim. Yeah, you are expert in science. Okay. In a second and higher resolution study, they were proven not to have all the Kohanim. Okay. So go and tell them. Good luck. After it's like this, he said, everything which comes from impurity is impurity. Meaning, if you know that the mindset of the one who is talking is connected to impurity, all the conclusion that he will give to you is impure. Meaning, when someone came and telling you Torah is genetic, You not this, that mindset has never been written by the Tanaim, never been written by the Knesset Agdola, never been written by the Mekubalim Amitim. So that man is coming from the corner of philosophia. So everything he will say, like this, like this, like this, is Tame. Why? Kol yotze min hatame, Tame. From the moment you are saying that Torah is genetic, from the moment you say that, you are bringing one of the strongest philosophy that have been never created, that will bring the Nazis to create a generation of white people with blue eyes, that will bring the racist and the fascist now to say, no, we don't mix our blood. We are a pure blood. This is philosophy. So when someone use that tool, know that this and that, it's only Tame. Kol ayotse mina Tame, Tame. Don't have no excuses. Even don't give time and space to compare and to see if there's something true. No, Benishka is telling you straight. Kol ayotse mina Tame, Tame. That's it. Don't lose your time to try to see if there is some sign of purity. It's impure. That's why you will see that that type of people, they always come with mocking you. If you see this man, what he put in his commentary on Facebook, he's laughing. Ha 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 ha. That's it. It was all about the limud. No class, no greatness, no nobility in the soul. You have the best proof now in front of you. Do you understand why Africans convert? Why Africans, Bantu Israelites? Don't wait for the other to define your identity. Don't wait for them to tell you who you are. Because they have been built, they have been structured in their school, in their daily life, in the society where they grew up by the philosophy. That's it. And after he said, על כן אלו, כיוון שהם כופכים ואין מאמינים בהשגחה. See why? Say they are idolatry. And they don't believe in הקדוש ברוך הוא. ומכחישים בכמה דברים שדיברה בהם תורה. And they have always doubt about topic that we know that this is a fact in the Torah. לכן, גם אם יאמר דברים חיצוניים שאינם נוהגים לאמונה וליסוד התורה, מוכרח שיש בהם ארץ. You say, look, based on that, when you will see them talking, explaining, trying to do and to exchange and to have anything to deal with you, say, don't be connected to them, because you will bring to your mindset what? Eres. What is Eres? Poison. The poison. The poison. The poison. And after he said like this, he said, מוכר הוא שיש בארץ, ולא ינקה כל הקרב אצלם, ולומד בספריהם. So said, don't go closer. Don't come closer to what they are, to what they say. Don't try to connect to them. And even don't try to study from their books. This is the point. Don't try to study from their books. ועליהם אמר שלמה, and Shlomo said about them, אל תקרב אל פתח ביתה. Don't come close of their houses. And he said, וכאשר באר רבנו, מורנו הרב אלשיך ז"ל, פשוט משלי, והנה אישה לקראתו שת זונה, ונצטרת לב וכולי. יען שם, יען כי כל היוצא מן הטמא, טמא. So now what's happened? You see that we have basic laws telling you that when something comes from impurity, it's impure. The situation of playing with that laws, exactly like the Ben Ish Chai will show to you here. You see, let me show to you. One second. You see, I invite you to go and read all the halachot. You see, like this. He said like this. He said, it's small, but I just wanted to see. Here's all the introduction, and after you have the halachot, and he said first halacha, kol ayotze min hatameh tameh. Okay, he said, לפיכך, חלב בהמה וחיה טמא או טרפה אסור בקשרה. So say, for example, one of the laws, when you know that animal is forbidden. So even the milk that will come from that animal cannot be used as something you will take profit, not by eating, not by selling. So you see, this seems to be very simple, right? There's a forbidden animal, and that forbidden animal produces milk. So kal vachomer, that milk, is forbidden from any profit. What is profit? Not to drink and not to make commerce. Now look to see how the mindset of the philosopher entered in the people. He said like this. If you study Gemara, you will see people are obsessed with one thing: to protect the loss of your money, which is from the good corner. But when you see now our philosophy will take the generation of Jews and Jews and Jews, we'll say like this. Some people will teach to you. Some rabbis tell you, look, you can make the commerce in the condition you will have a partner who will be a non-Jew, and you say, they enter in details in order to make always or more money or not to lose. No, just be straight like the Tanaim. Don't play games with that things of Tameh. I give you the best example. Very simple. Ben Ish Chai. He said, look, something which is forbidden is that you cannot ask to a goy to do something for you that is actually forbidden for you. It's very simple. It's one example in Remez about kol ayotze min hatameh tameh. So what's happened? Many Jews, what they do on Shabbat, they have the goy of Shabbat. That goy lights the candle, or I don't know, light the light. If the light is off, he open the fridge. If there's a light in the fridge, he open to you the door of the building. If the door of the building is locked, halacha pshuta, Torat Aleph. Don't ask to a goy on Shabbat something which is forbidden for you. You see? This is the point. Because everything It's about justice, truth, and peace. When you have people claiming their genetics to prove that they are Jews and to have the right to do Aliyah in Israel, suddenly they finished about you to say, no, you cannot be Jews because we know the story. But no, story is going back up. We have more and more roots in the Torah, the Kitvei Ari, Rabbi Nechunya, that yes, Torah arrived to Africa and stood, and kingdom were there with Torah mindset. And not only that, even in the early 67, a whole country, Jewish country in Nigeria, so came up from earth, being the Igbo country, the Biafra, Jewish. More Jew than Israel because the constitution was a Jew. So this is the mindset of people. They always came and used for their benefit all the laws, all the rules with no limits. But when it comes about you to say who you are and the heritage you receive from your parents, you don't have the same right. This is racism because they made Torah a genetic thing when it's for them. When it's for you, you don't have the right because you are making genetics. But when they are doing, they have the right because this is the proof. That's why I'm telling you, all this behavior, all this schizophrenia come from one situation. We are not enough strict about not taking profit of what comes from impurity. Today, we even don't take consideration the origin of things. We just go, it helped me, okay, I'm gonna take it. A real man, a real woman with Yirat Hashem, Yirat Shamayim, Kedusha, Tahara, always try to make clear, to clarify that what I'm using, what I'm thinking about, or what I'm talking about, in its origin, it's Kadosh and Ta'or. When you will be like that, you will see things changing. When you will be like that, you will start to understand what was made to that kingdom that were erased, genocide. But nobody talk about it. But Baruch Hashem, now we have Chat GPT, they have more knowledge than everybody. They are computers. You go, you check, you ask to them, what happened to the Bantu Israelite kingdom that were genocide in Central Africa? You will have answer. So don't come here to make limud. You are the rabbi of nobody here. If you want to study, you're welcome. If you want to claim, you can talk. Facebook is huge. ברוך אדוני לעולם, אמן ואמן. תודה רבה לכולם. חודש טוב ומבורך, בסייעתא דשמיא. Don't forget, חודש טוב, on ראש חודש, הלכה למקובלים, we do eat meat, we do drink wine because it's ראש חודש. We are not afraid about the 3 weeks. And also, on Thursday evening, it will be the Ilula of Arya Kadosh. So on that day also we eat meat and we drink wine. We have no fear from the 3 weeks. Why, especially us, we have no fear? Because we have all the avodah we made since Pesach with the Sefirat Omer, with the Pesach Sheni, with the whole the Shavuot, with all what we call in mindset the Shavuot Sheni. All these things we are ready, and also all the lecture of the Mishnayot since the 3rd of Tammuz till the last day of Tisha B'Av. Chodesh Tov, drinking beer, wine is better. Wine, drink wine. בעזרת השם. ברוך השם. תודה רבה רבי אלתשי פרסט, תודה רבה רבי קטרין, תודה רבה לכולם, תודה רבה רבי יוחנן, שלום שלום. Good to see you too. שלום שלום לכולם, שלום פאפה איגר שיבנגו, שלום בלטזר, יקותיאל, שלום לכולם, תודה רבה. צ'יף חבאי נתן חנן, תודה רבה. צ'יף, אבא זוהר, שבוע טוב, יום טוב לכולכם, בעזרת השם. תודה רבה. ביי ביי.
חודש טוב, ישיב רבי פנחס.
חודש טוב ומבורך. חודש טוב, חודש טוב. ביי ביי.